up, you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Thanks for hanging out for another lesson. I'm going to break down kind of a Jerry-inspired concept. I'm going to talk about some theory of the Mixolydian and the major pentatonic. And I do have a really extensive course on the major pentatonic scale. It's only available at Marty Music, and I'll leave a link for it in the first comments. You can check that out as well. I appreciate that. Let's dig in. All right, first I'm going to start with a classic Mixolydian progression. It's an A major chord, a G major chord, and a D major chord. And this is Franklin's Tower by the Grateful Dead. So we have A, G, G, D, 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 G, G, A, D, A, G, G, D, D, D. So let me explain why that progression is Mixolydian. Mixolydian is the fifth mode of the major scale. So if I'm playing A Mixolydian, or we're just talking theoretically A Mixolydian, that means it's derived, it's the fifth mode of the D major scale. Let me show you the D major scale. I mean, you can play the D major scale up and down the whole neck, but I'm going to pick this 10th fret E string. 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 11, 12, 9, 11, 12, and then 10, 12 on the B, and then 9, 10, 12 on the high E. Now, having a firm grasp of the major scale and the key and the chords that fit within it is really going to help you understand music. So once again, I'm talking about the D major scale right now, right? Now, these notes form the chords of the key of D major. And so just to talk about that, that's a D note, and you have a D major chord. E, you have an E minor chord. F sharp minor chord, a G major chord, an A major chord, or an A7. So look, the chords from that progression were in that key of D. So when I say that A Mixolydian is a mode of D major, what we're doing is we're taking the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth chord of D major, and we're thinking of that as the tonal center now instead of D. But nothing's changed. It's still the D major scale and the chords of the D major scale, but we took the fifth of it and thought of that and listened to it with our ear as the tonal center. So if you take that scale and you want to take that D major scale and play it more as A Mixolydian, you just want to think of the A note as the root of the scale. So here's D major. But if I just take that and think of it as starting and ending on A instead, which would be 12th of the A and 10th of the B, so I have the progression looped. First thing you can do is you can just kind of practice the fingering over it and start to develop the sound. So if you can play the D major scale up and down the entire neck, that means you can also play the A Mixolydian up and down the entire neck. There's nothing new about it. It's just how you plug it in. So now let me talk about this particular position we were using and just show you a couple other things within it to get, music out of it, especially that jam bandy, Grateful Dead, Fish, Allman Brothers kind of sound. You have the A major pentatonic underneath this scale. It's basically just this scale with no half steps. The A roots are the 12th here and the 10th of the B, and you can play this pentatonic right here. It's the A major pentatonic scale. So the root's right there on the 12 of the A. Sorry. There it is with the half steps. The D major shape, I guess you could call it. And then the A major pentatonic. Which would mean you'd also have the extension of that. All pentatonic. A major pentatonic. But let's go back to the main position. A major pentatonic looks like this. And you also have 9, 12, 9, 12. But that's the root right there. So then you have that 7-note scale, which can be the same thing with some half steps. So when you do think of it more pentatonically, that's an interesting word. Think of it pentatonically. And then you also have the half steps. If you take that pentatonic and add the little passing tone right here on the 10th fret of the D, that's one of Jerry's moves right there. You just only want to hear it passing up or back. It's the blues note, but in the major pentatonic form. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have that loop. I'm going to play the 7-note scale, A Mixolydian or the D major scale. So I'm just doing sequences, like da 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 da, or whatever I can do. Any kind of little sequences within the scale, go for it. Now here's the A major pentatonic. With the passing tone. 12th fret B string bend. Seven-note scale, passing tone. Then you can add a little envelope filter, a little boost. All right, so obviously play back any parts of the video that you need to, go over the concepts again. But to recap, I looked at a progression. It was A, G, and D. And through experience of playing, I recognized that as A Mixolydian, which is derived from the D major scale, and the key of D major, the chords that come from it. So I recognized that those 3 chords came from that kind of family, and then I plugged in the D major scale, but I thought of the A note as the root. If I took the half steps away, and I have this A major pentatonic. I could add a passing blues note to it. And then I can combine it with the 7-note scale. And so if you know the D major scale up and down the whole neck, then I'm also playing A Mixolydian up and down the whole neck. Scale position-wise, I mean, the shapes are the same. You play them differently. Don't underestimate the pentatonic major and minor, though. Please don't. And have some fun with it. Check out the jam track coming up so you can practice your ideas over it. And that's it. All right, there it was. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Leaving a link in the first comment down there for my major pentatonic course. And appreciate you showing all the support. So thanks again. And hope to see you real soon.